Words can frighten us. They carry meaning and connect us to places, times and ideas we find disturbing, even intolerable. Yet we will often return for more, somehow mesmerized by the worlds we discover within the printed page. Why should this be so? Why should we be both drawn to and repelled by fear? We can't be certain about what represents the first example of literature in humanity, let alone if fear demanded some sort of presence in it. This is because scholars, not unreasonably, can't agree on what should merit the label literature, as opposed to, say, record, edict, or advice. After all, instruction and imagination have a common interest in invention and imagery, metaphor and emotion. Where does one purpose in writing end and another begin? This isn't always clear. Whilst there's evidence of early forms of written communication, such as cuneiform tablets, dating back, for example, to ancient Sumeria, around 5,000 years ago, determining the chronology and purpose of all that is known to us in written form from this period is really challenging and complex. The Epic of Gilgamesh, a Sumerian poem dating back to the 3rd millennium BCE, is most often considered humanity's earliest surviving work of literature. And without doubt, the role of fear is central to this tale of courage, heroes, and daring do. Fear is represented as an abiding, even commonplace force, but one that was God-given. God will decide what is fearful, not you. It was not ours to control or to choose. To be fearful was to be in the presence of the gods themselves. The passage reflects the existential concerns of Gilgamesh, the story's protagonist. It discusses the mortality of humans and a fear for life that can be lost, prompting Gilgamesh to celebrate what he has. This anxiety of mortality, the quest for eternal life, ends up being a central theme in the tale, driving the actions and motivations of its characters. There are other and numerous accounts of fear in the historical record from various cultures and time periods. For example, in ancient Egyptian literature, there was already a god of fear, Amit. It is depicted as devouring the souls of the damned in the afterlife. In ancient Greek literature, fear was often associated with the presence of the gods, but particularly with the Furies, the goddesses of vengeance. The ancient Greeks also believed that fear was a natural response to dangerous or uncertain situations, and that it helped individuals to survive the trials they encountered. In ancient Chinese literature, fear was associated with the concept of yin and yang, where yin represents negative emotions such as fear, and yang positive emotions such as optimism. Whilst in ancient Indian literature, fear was associated with the concept of karma, where individuals are punished in the afterlife for actions they committed in their previous lives. These sorts of belief encourage us to think of our values and principles as unchanging. Certain actions had no shades of grey. They were always either good or bad. Do bad things and the gods would punish us. The reality of so-called good things as ambiguous, compromised, or even worse than the other options available, was never really encouraged. As a device and tool of storytelling, as a means of engagement and relevance, as a conveyor of essential truths and authenticity, fear was able to forge a place at the very heart of the words we value and the tales we heed. Fear in literature can't be restricted to the simple creation of suspense or tension as a way of separating the good from the bad. It does so much more than that. It's too rich a device, too complex in its design, and too compelling in its will to give up the influence it holds over other matters. It's probably best viewed in literature as a way to explore the nature of the human condition in extreme circumstances. One capable of being both the scalpel of subtle insight, as well as the blunt instrument of shocking revelation. It also gives us access to the worlds of motivation and intent, as well as the limits of their capacity and endurance, and we use it to understand more clearly the nature of our decisions and our compromises. Fear reflects the social and cultural issues of a particular time and place. It might explore how we deal with the threatening and unknown, and how this shapes attitudes and actions during times of upheaval. It can be used to evoke empathy, show the depth and rounded nature of even the most abominable of characters, and align their experiences and emotions to our own, challenging us to do better or differently. Fear will educate us, help us explore the unseen, and maybe fuel our curiosity. It will bolster our resolve and help us prevail in the darkest of moments. It will also, of course, entertain us, excite us, move us, and transport us to times, places, and situations contained only by our dreams and imaginations. Fear emerges from the more contemporary anxieties of the modern world and retains a threatening hold over the places, people, and ideas we love the most. As a result, fear is drawn to guilt, control, obsession, and uncertainty. However, at the end of the day, fear is no more than words, the scribblings of another, an idea. It's real only if we want it to be. So feel free to relax with a good book from time to time. Feel more, imagine more, learn more. After all, we have nothing to fear but ignorance.